What's going on? Welcome to Tech with Sean, and today I'm going to attempt to do something about my loud-ass PC case. Alright, today I'm going to be attempting to put in the Corsair Commander Pro into my case. I have 6 of the SP120 RGB fans, and those are non-PWM fans, so they basically just run at one speed all the time. And with 6 of them, it can be pretty loud in there, so I'm going to put my microphone right next to the case and start it up so you can see what it sounds like before, and we can compare that later. Alright, so the main part of this build looks pretty clean, but the backside is another story. Let's take this thing apart and look at the wiring we have going. Okay, here we go, and we got wires everywhere. It's crazy in here. So this is a hardware switch for the lighting controller, and I think that wire goes to these hardware buttons on top, and I believe what I'm going to do is unhook that, run the control stuff to the Commander Pro, and then I think I'm going to end up being able to do it all via software, and I'll also be able to adjust the fan speeds via software. There's also this RGB hub, and I think I leave this as is and plug that into this also. So, I don't know, let's get this taken apart and see if I can fit this in the case somehow and get it all hooked up. We've got everything hooked up, just kind of hanging off. I took the RGB node cable, hooked that into the Commander Pro right there, and then I have all the fans hooked up to it. USB, we got the power. I guess I should say this is the USB that was going to my pump, and I took it off that header, put it in here, and put this onto the USB header on the motherboard. So ooh, those are quieter, definitely already. Okay, I'm back with everything set up, and man oh man, it made a huge difference in the fan noise. Here's a sound comparison. This is in the same spot it was clipped on before. Now looking here inside the IQ software, I have a custom mode set up. This is a 7700K, so it runs hot no matter what, so I have it set a little low down here, and that's just so it's not like constantly ramping up and down. But right now, as you can see, the idle temperatures are like 32°C, bouncing around there, and that's like my minimum. So that's about as cool as this 7700K really gets. And that's with these fans running at 8 to 700 RPM. And out of the box, they were running closer to like, I think 1500 RPM or something, because they're a DC fan, and I didn't really have control over it, so huge difference in the noise. So that alone is worth the upgrade for me. You're able to do different stuff though. There's quiet, balanced, and extreme modes, and those obviously are just, you know, this is gonna run your fans real loud and be the coolest. This is in between. This is a pre-made quiet one, and this is one that I just set up. Whatever you do though, I would suggest, this program's kind of weird, so to apply this, you select quiet, and then you click on each one that you want to be quiet on that mode, and it will set it to that. You can't adjust this in here, so I would recommend making a custom one and setting it for these. By default, it has this set to the first core of your processor, and that's a lot more prone to spiking than the whole package. So I set each of these to the whole package, and that's going to make it, you know, adapt to the entire processor's load rather than just a single core. Alright, so that's a look at the cooling options. Now we'll go ahead and look at the lighting setup. So in here we have it set for SP RGB fans, and we have 6 fans connected. And then we have the adapter coming from the included RGB controller in the case going to this LED 1 channel. So lighting channel 1 is our setup. So originally this case just has some hardware buttons that let you toggle certain colors and strobing patterns, and I typically had this set for a static white, and I'm still able to do that right here, along with some other pretty basic ones. These you can customize and do some more stuff, and you can also link these to your other peripherals like your keyboards or mice or whatever you have. And these predefined ones will just run. These are the same ones, but just less complicated, less options and stuff, so I'll run through these and show you what they do. The first one is Rainbow Wave. It's pretty straightforward. You know, you just get like a kind of rainbow pattern, and you can adjust the speed. You can adjust the direction, but it's your pretty basic pattern. This next one's Rainbow, so I guess this does the entire system at once rather than the wave, but it's pretty similar. Color Shift looks a lot like Rainbow to me. I guess this you can come in here and set custom colors. This is also weird. So you come in here and you pick a color and it changes it, and then you have this bar, but if you touch this, it makes it back the original color. So like if I wanted like white and blue, I have to pick this, then come over here and get white, and then instead of that I have to click over to blue, and now this is white. It's really weird. Color Pulse. This is kind of like the color cycle, except it just pulses on and off instead of fading. Color Wave. Some of these are pretty basic. It looks a lot like one of the other ones to me, Marquee. This is Sequential. And all of these too, I believe you can go through and like set colors on. So you can get some customization going on. Strobing, this is probably the most annoying effect of all. Rain, this is one, I have my keyboard set up for this one. I don't know. It doesn't really work as well on the case, I don't think. I'm not sure how much of a rain effect that gives me. Visor. Marquee. I guess that's supposed to be like a marquee sign on like an old-timey something. And temperature. So yeah, for my regular setup, I might just set it for something like Color Shift, and then use some colors that I have in my lighting setup already. I think that's a pretty decent look. So that's pretty cool. That's an effect that I couldn't do before with just the buttons on the case. And I'm also able to have the custom fan curves and stuff, so overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I should have bought it a long time ago, probably. Alright, well there you have it. That was setting up the Corsair Commander Pro inside the 460X RGB, and it's a mess of wires in there, but we got it working. I went ahead and left all the existing wiring in there for the push button RGB control. That way, later on down the line, if I want to do something else with that case, or move my rig to something else, I'm still going to be able to control the fans, RGB and everything with those buttons. I hope this video is helpful. This stuff's really confusing with all the different types of modules and nodes and wires and headers and everything. I'll try to cobble together some kind of schematic and put it at the end of this video that shows how I have my stuff wired up. If you have a setup like this and you're in the Corsair ecosystem like I am a little bit, and you have some questions, just drop it in the comments below. Maybe I can help you, or maybe somebody else with a setup more like yours will have done it before and can answer your question. Thanks everybody. Give us a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.